Hello, this is Jimmy Sills here for Leeds Evening News, and today we're covering a big story about UFC 304, which will be taking place in Manchester, a local city to Leeds. And this is big news for Leeds MMA fans around the globe. And today we are going to be discussing Tom Aspinall, because Tom Aspinall is the only fighter on the card who has been confirmed. We don't know whether it'll be for a title fight. We don't know whether it'll be a main event, but we're not sure. So we're not even sure who he's fighting yet. So we have our local MMA journalist Ben Solomon here today, and he's going to be discussing with us who he believes Tom Aspinall will be fighting. What do you have to say about that, Ben?
Thank you, Jimmy. My inkling is that they're going to make the Curtis Blades rematch. First one was in London. Clearly, unfinished business. Ended with a freak incident. Tom's now on top. And Blades is coming off a win. Tom's interested in it. It seems like the obvious fight to me.
Curtis Blades was like the most likely option, seeing as both them guys seem to want that fight. But what do we think of the prospect of Alex Pereira, who just knocked out Jamal Hill very recently at UFC 300, who's talking about gaining his third title at heavyweight? I mean, he wouldn't be undersized, would he? So how do we feel about the idea of Pereira fighting Aspinall for the belt? Or for that belt, who knows?
I mean, personally, I think it's a little too soon for Pereira. I think he certainly wouldn't be undersized, but I think I know Dana White has already commented and says that he's not really keen on the idea, and he's got contenders in his own division that he needs to focus on really, and I think there's options for Aspinall outside of a Pereira fight really.
Yeah, that's great stuff. I agree, but the big thing is, will this fight even be for a title? Do you know what I mean? Despite the fact, Aspinall has the interim belt. I mean, by a title, I mean a proper title. And what I mean. John Jones, he's currently in legal controversies. He might be going to court again, according to BBC News. We're probably not going to see that fight. John Jones probably out the picture. Do you think they'll strip John Jones, or do you think there's a possibility of Jones Aspinall in the late future? And do you think they'll keep Aspinall as the interim champion?
I mean, if I'm honest, I don't think John Jones wants that fight. He's 36 now, turning 37 this year. Tom Aspinall is naturally the bigger guy, naturally the faster guy. Been training at heavyweight his entire life. He's been active. He's beat really the guy that everyone thought would beat Jones in Pavlovich in under 2 minutes. And I think for Jones, who's coming off an injury so bad that it's going to keep him out for a year and a half now, in a sport where, he's already got such a important legacy, I don't think that he's going to want to throw that away for a guy like Aspinall, which poses him too many threats, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ben, that was great stuff. That's all we've got time for today. Thank you for joining me. This has been Jimmy Sills, and goodbye.